Kilo 9 Zulu Sierra. The name is Don. I'm back like a bad city, Jim. We talked about 2 weeks ago.
Roger, Don, and what's your location?
Just outside of Indianapolis, so we're not far away.
Roger, and what radio are you talking on?
This may jog your memory. I'm running a 40-year-old Kenwood TS-530, and having all the troubles perhaps with the D104.
Oh, you are running the D104 now?
Yeah, but I changed it since I got all that good advice 2 weeks ago on this frequency. I took some of that to heart and have changed the frequency. The D104 quite a bit.
I see. What kind of element are you running?
Well, sir, you may recall I had an outboard equalizer unit here. It's something made in the Ukraine. I got to checking it out and found that it provides 5 volts DC across the microphone input pins. So I got an FET electric element out of New York. Whiskey 2 Echo November Yankee provided that for about $30.
Roger, well, it's sounding really good, and it doesn't sound like you're getting any RF in the AF. Was that what we finally figured that that's what it was, RF in the AF?
Figured that that's what it was, RF in the AF?
Well, actually, suggested a new, went back in and realigned the transceiver, all the coil packs, and then went back in and realigned the transceiver, all the coil packs and everything. I don't think that was the problem. But currently I'm running it through the little equalizer unit, but I've got all the equalization set at 0 dB, and I was wondering if we can do anything at this point to enhance the audio.
Okay, so that's, you still have your external equalizer in the circuit. It's just not equalizing anything at the moment. Is that a Roger?
In the circuit, it's just not equalizing anything at the moment. Is that a Roger?
That's an absolute Roger, because this radio does not, the radio itself does not provide the voltage you need for the FET element, but the equalizer unit does. So I have to have it in line. And like I said, right across the board, it's 0 dB on all 5 of the frequency ranges.
Roger. And what is the actual element that you're running in that D104?
Roger. And what is the actual element that you're running in that D104?
So Whiskey 2 Echo November uniform. Bought it on eBay. He sells a number of different replacement elements for Shure and for Turner and for static microphones.
Roger. So is that a condenser or a dynamic?
Roger. So is that a condenser or a dynamic?
Well, let's see. In the paperwork, all it says is FET electric.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so right now you're kind of like telephone equalization. It's your very upper mids. So I want to go into a higher realm of upper mids around 2.7 would be an ideal frequency. So you have that equalizer there. What do you have close to 2.7 kilohertz?
There. What do you have close to 2.7 kilohertz?
The closest would be the 3 kilohertz control.
Okay, that's good. So plus 10 on that 3 kilohertz control, Roger.
3 kilohertz control, Roger.
Okay, now it's marked off in all the way up to 6 dB, plus 6 dB, so you want me to go about 10%, is that what you're saying?
Now just go ahead and max out that push for that frequency, Roger.
That push for that frequency, Roger.
Roger, there it is, it's all the way up at plus 6 dB.
Okay, now pull your your control that you have around 1 kc, pull that one back about 5 clicks.
Okay, pull that one back about 5 clicks.
Okay, what'd that do?
Okay, pull it on back. I usually don't mess with the mid-range. I prefer to keep that flat and do it at the top and the bottom, but that radio for some reason is very mid-rangey to start off. I mean, it's just not. You've run 3 or 4 mics through there, and they all sound about the same. So it can't be, it can't be the microphone. It's got to be the radio. So go ahead and cut about 4 more clicks of where you attenuate 4 more clicks on your mid-range.
Where you attenuate 4 more clicks on your mid-range.
Okie dokie, how's that?
We're getting close. And now let's go to the bottom end and come up 3 clicks boost from where you are on the bottom. Now, what is your bottom? Is it 50 cycles or 200 cycles or what?
You are on the bottom. Now, what is your bottom? Is it 50 cycles or 200 cycles or what?
It is 80 hertz.
Okay, so go ahead and dump 80 all the way, full attenuation on 80 hertz. Get rid of that altogether, Roger.
80 hertz. Get rid of that altogether, Roger.
Roger, roger, there it is.
Okay, so what's the next one up from 80?
Okay, so what's the next one up from 80?
250.
Okay, 250 plus 6 from where it is. Plus 6 from where it is, 250.
6 from where it is. Plus 6 from where it is, 250.
Okay, you're saying the whole 6 dB?
Plus 6 on 250.
Plus 6 on 250.
Okay, that's all the way.
Okay, pull it back plus 3. Drop 3 from where you are. So it's, 3 from where you are at the moment, Roger.
Where you are. So it's, 3 from where you are at the moment, Roger.
Roger, roger, there we are. That's about plus 3, plus 3 right there on 250.
Okay, so let's go back up to the top range there. So, and we've maxed out our top end at our 3kc top end, Roger?
Maxed out our top end at our 3kc top end, Roger?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and the one below that, we shelved that one about 7 dB minus or so?
That one about 7 dB minus or so?
Yes, 6 dB is as far as I can go on the minus.
Roger, roger. Let's see here. Well, I'm trying to figure out, we've done some great attenuation in the mid-range. Tried to cut a hole in that microphone's poor response. If you can imagine a curve, it's like 0, 0 coming into this approximately 1 kc area, and then it's just a big hump. That's what it is on that radio for some reason, whatever it is. So what we need to do is take that. We've tried to just accentuate the positive on the top end. It's still not enough. So we went back and had to take some out of the middle to try to help our flatness, Roger.
Try to help our flatness, Roger.
Roger, we've got an untouched middle here. We got a 500 hertz control that's still flat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm thinking we're probably in good stead there. But you might try reducing that by 3 clicks. Reduce that 500 cycles by 3 clicks, Roger.
Reduce that 500 cycles by 3 clicks, Roger.
Okay, Jim, there it is.
Okay, so why don't let's go back to your ALC and reset the level. Back to our ALC, and as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3 or 7, whichever comes first.
Our ALC is running 2/3 or 7, whichever comes first.
Alrighty.
Okay, so, and you don't have anything in the closet power-wise that you might be able to come up with, Roger?
You don't have anything in the closet power-wise that you might be able to come up with, Roger?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that question. Try that again.
Roger, you don't have a power amplifier that you could put in there, Roger?
Power amplifier that you could put in there, Roger?
No, negative. I just got the 100 watts out of the old TS-530.
Okay, so why don't you give me about 20 seconds and tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
20 seconds and tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
What I like about it.
You're going to have to do better than that. I need about 20 seconds, Roger.
You're going to have to do better than that. I need about 20 seconds, Roger.
I've gotten so used to it and have not tried any other rig, so I guess that's just familiarity.
Roger, we doubled on a little bit of that. Mother Nature did a massive fade, and I thought you had concluded your transmission. Well, gosh, I need to hear more of it. I don't have that good a bite on the audio right at the moment. I wanted to go around and check some of the other SDRs and see if I could get something a little bit warmer than what I'm doing on my Kentucky SDR or even my local antenna. Transmissions move around. Propagation moves around, some's hot, some's not, and then it comes around and flicks the opposite. So I got to try to stabilize it one way so I can hear enough of it to figure out where we're going. That radio is, you say it's an aged radio, like 40 years?
You say it's an aged radio, like 40 years?
Yes, sir, it is right at 40 years of age.
Roger. Now, for something, I don't think someone would design a radio for that much mid-range normally, And like I say, we've been through 3 mics on that radio. So I think maybe you might check out to see if you need to recap some stuff up front in the audio section so it would be maybe broader, something. That older radio, the caps may need to be replaced because they wouldn't discriminate naturally to the place where we are, equalization-wise, without age or something,
Equalization-wise, without age or something,
Okay, that sounds like the next step for me. I certainly will look at that, Jim.
Roger, so you're running a condenser mic right now. You're running an electret microphone, Roger?
Running a condenser mic right now. You're running an electret microphone, Roger?
Yes, sir. It's described here as an FET electret.
Roger. Yeah, you should be much brighter than where you are at the moment. So think about getting the front end recap to the front audio section of the preamp because I think that's where the problem is. It seems to be that it's very, very mid-rangey. Like I say, you're EQing all the way boost on your treble area and all the 7 dB back on your mid-range, and I guess your bottom end is wherever it is, but usually we don't have to EQ the mids at all as far as that mid-range frequency. We usually be sure and keep that flat because that is the reference point for the microphone and the radio. You got to start somewhere, so you might as well start flat because usually, if there's a problem with the microphone, it's not in the mid-range. Usually it's at one end or the other of the frequency spectrum, either the top or the bottom where it will drop off. But that radio is, for whatever reason, really spiking the mid-range. Roger?
For whatever reason, really spiking the mid-range.
Roger. Okay, Jim, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it. I'm going to look into the audio section here. Of course, it's all transistorized on this rig. It's as tube finals, but going to get in there and see what I can find out there. Thanks again for your time. This is K9ZS.
Roger, just out of curiosity, do you recall what the output capacitor of the Electret preamp is? What size is that? Sometimes if you come out with a really light capacitor out of a preamp, it will shift up like that depending on the load that it's working into. But I was just curious if you ever saw what the output capacitor is of that mic preamp.
Capacitor is of that mic preamp.
Okay, I think you're describing the outboard equalizer unit, are you not?
Yes, sir, that's the one. And what they're using for, what you tie your audio out to get out, there's a capacitor in there, a blocking capacitor. And I was just curious if you knew that or could see that and what it is.
If you knew that or could see that and what it is.
I'm looking at a pictorial right now. It doesn't really show what value it is. I'll have to open it up to find out what value that capacitor is.
Roger. So it will probably be a polarized capacitor, somewhat in the neighborhood of probably 10 microfarads, or it could be 10 microfarads, 5 microfarads, 10 microfarads, whatever. Not just a real shallow amount of capacitance there, because you want those lower frequencies and those upper frequencies. Roger?
Lower frequencies and those upper frequencies. Roger?
Roger. I just found a schematic here. It's really hard to read. Let's see. It's a bad print. I have to get a magnifying glass here. I will check that out and possibly change that capacitor if it's inadequate.
Yes, sir. I would say 5 to 10 microfarads would be a good, but you can't just change it. You have to use a polarized capacitor on that output. Roger?
Polarized capacitor on that output. Roger?
Okay, you're talking electrolytic, right?
Yes, sir. 5 microfarad to 10 microfarad electrolytic, it's the last capacitor coming out to your audio for your radio.
They're coming out to your audio for your radio.
Roger. I have a number of those laying around, as a matter of fact. I'll take a look-see at that, Jim. And once again, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I wish you luck. This is a continued evolution of a mysterious ailment that I believe that radio has, and it should cure itself. I believe it to be right in the preamp, the very first preamp section of your device, your radio, or the second half back in there a little bit further. But right in the first part of the audio section is where I think the problem is.
The first part of the audio section is where I think the problem is.